Hi Northside, this is Mrs. Donor. Today we're going to be talking about the different ways you can say that two triangles are congruent. So, as you can see, I have pairs of triangles on this sheet. I'm telling you now, for the first couple of ones we're going to do, these triangles are, this one right here, these two triangles are congruent. So, as we can see, this angle right here and this angle right here are congruent. And we know these two sides are congruent. We also know a third angle is congruent, this one and this one, because they are vertical angles, and vertical angles are always congruent. Because we know that an angle and then a side and then an angle all right in a row are congruent, we can say these two triangles are congruent because of angle, side, angle, ASA. Now we go on to this pair of triangles. And these triangles are also congruent. And these ones we can see have a side, an angle, and then a side that are congruent. Because of this, we can say these two triangles are congruent because of side, angle, side. Here we have two right triangles. So we know they both have a 90-degree angle right there. So they have an angle that is congruent. They have the hypotenuse of both of them the hypotenuses are congruent. And then we can clearly see that this leg of both of them is congruent because it is congruent to itself by the reflexive property. So we can say these two triangles are congruent by angle, hypotenuse, leg, AHL. On the next set of triangles, we can see that all three sets of triangle sides are congruent. Because of that, we can say these two triangles are congruent because of side, side, side. In this example, we know that these are congruent. We know that this side is congruent to this side, and then we have an angle that's angles that are congruent. Then we have this last pair of angles that are congruent because those are, again, vertical angles, and vertical angles are always congruent. Because we have a side and then an angle and then an angle, or angle, angle, side, we can say that those two triangles are congruent. A few examples where we cannot say the two triangles are congruent are, in this case, as we can see, all of the triangles are congruent. So we would say angle, angle, angle. However, we can clearly see that the leg and side lengths are not the same. So angle, angle, angle is not a way we can say that two triangles are congruent. Another way that does not work are if we have an angle that is congruent and then two sides right in a row that are congruent. So by side, side, angle, we cannot say two triangles are congruent. That is not sufficient evidence. That is all of the types of ways that we can prove two triangles congruent.